Welcome, everyone, to Arlington, Texas at AT&T Stadium, site of this year's Goodyear Cotton Bowl, part, of course, of the college football playoff. We've reached the semifinal stage, one last hurdle to clear before that national championship game. And today we're going to find out who's got the toughness and the depth to continue their drive to keep championship dreams alive. As we'll see the number 4 seed in this playoff, the Vanderbilt Commodores, taking on the top-seeded team in the playoff, the Northwestern Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined by Kirk Herbstreit. It's been a tremendous college football playoff so far, and it's down to this, the semifinals. Which team will head on to the national championship game? The kickoff team is out there, and here we go with this playoff semifinal game. And the return man decides to signal fair catch. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Receiver in motion now. The receiver's got it on a jet sweep. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
You know, I don't want to get away from a jet sweep. I think it's a good call. This one just didn't work out. So now you're way behind on the sticks.
After a first down loss, it's 2nd and long from the 23. Offense looking to throw the ball. Lets it go quickly. Makes the catch downfield. They bring him down, but he makes the 3-yard line. That's a solid gain.
One thing we know for sure, I don't know as a play caller, you can make that call without a quarterback who can throw it with a big arm. He put that on a rope.
Here's a 1st and 10 play. He hands it to the back. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What is an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well do you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging.
And he's going to stretch the defense, taking a deep shot here.
Chris, as this game evolves every year with college football, we see more and more versions of some kind of spread offense. It puts so much pressure on this linebacker position because they're asked to do so much. This linebacker is able to sit back in zone, be comfortable in space, make the right read, and be able to be in place to knock the ball away.
Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Finds a receiver in the middle of the field. An explosive play, moves the ball across midfield and spot it at the 38.
Well, it's another completion by this quarterback. Another great gain in a 1st down, and already over 30 yards through the air. This quarterback is in a zone here to start this game.
Handoff running right. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play.
Hat on the hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on 1st down, that's a win.
A gain makes it 2nd and medium. Ball handed off. And the freshman brings him down quickly.
Christina, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
This will be 3rd and short, the 7th play of the opening drive. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, it seemed like the offense was trying to throw some kind of misdirection with that run there. But give credit to the defense. They were prepared for anything, and they swallowed that running back up. Nice defensive stand.
So their first drive of the game, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Aggressive start. Here's the snap, and he's looking to throw. And he finds his target. He has the first. Gain moves the ball to the 21 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, there's nothing better for an offensive coordinator than having a quarterback kind of get into a rhythm early in this game. Another great completion. This guy is off to a great start in this big playoff game.
And the Commodores with 1st and 10 here. The back's got it. And that run produces a decent gain.
It's a good, solid game. 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from a running game.
The Commodores are in the red zone now. There's the handoff. Breaking tackles. Got a lane. Can he get in? And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. We come out in the playoff game, Kurt. No signs of rust for the offense immediately.
Yeah, no jitters at all. After the layoff, I wonder how they might be able to come out and communicate and actually just the rhythm to the offense. But they did not hesitate. They set the tone early. Now they got themselves a lead.
Point after, up and good. Now they get set to kick it away. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? The shotgun running play call. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Things just appeared to be a bit out of sync from the get-go on that one. Give credit to the front 7 of that defense for staying in the proper lanes and getting to the ball carrier, not let him dance around and make something out of nothing.
They'll run it from the gun. Football knocked loose in the backfield. The defense recovers the fumble.
Well, that's why you do ball security drills almost every single day in practice. You just can't put the ball on the turf like that. But give credit to the defender for the hit, because that's what caused the fumble.
Vanderbilt's offense heads back out onto the field now. They scored a touchdown in their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. They'll hand it off. And they'll stop him after a short gain. An important 3rd down conversion coming here in the red zone. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. Trying to create outside the pocket now. He's got it right near the end zone. And he's in. Touchdown, Commodores. Well, they began with great field position, and that didn't take long at all, Kurt.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an opportunity. Your defense sets you up in great field position. You're not looking for a field goal. You're looking for a touchdown. Give the credit to this offense for being aggressive and punching it in.
The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. Out comes the Northwestern offense onto the field again. That fumble in the last possession set up a touchdown. Can they bounce back from that costly error here? They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35. First down and 10 now.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
Stop after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
2nd down play coming up. Offense will keep it on the ground here. Powers through. They bring him down, but a solid run there by the sophomore. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. And the same runner's got it again. And the offense going backwards in that play. Defense makes a stop to wrap up the first quarter. Offense getting set for a 2nd down here to begin the quarter. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. And he's brought down, but they went backwards after the completion. Good work by the defense. What will the call be on 3rd and long now from the 44? Off the play fake, he'll look to throw it. Contact as he threw it. The pass is off target. He got hit as he threw as the 3rd down pressure worked.
It has been a tough first half in this playoff game for this offense. They cannot get anything going through the air. Not only are they down on the scoreboard, but there's really nothing to build around as we get ready to go into the second half.
And the punt team makes its way onto the field. He gets it away. Directional kick with nice distance. And the punt lands out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they'll spot it here. So here comes the Vandy offense back on the field now. They really built momentum in this game. They've been hard to stop. Can the defense make some adjustments? Come up with a stop here. They'll tackle him out across the 20.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
The game makes it 2nd and medium. There's the snap. They'll set up the throw. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time. And now 3rd down coming up.
Boy, the defense rolls the dice here on this screen pass. If they don't hit this quarterback, this is a big play. But give them credit. They were able to get to him before they were able to complete that pass.
After the incompletion, they'll face a 3rd and 6. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. Fires it to the wideout. There's a fastball, but it's intercepted. Not much on the return, but that's an important takeaway. Sets up the offense at the 34.
Chris, he's just trying to find the hole in the zone coverage. But as you know, those windows can open and close pretty quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So timing's got to be just right, or you're going to see an interception like this.
It's an out route. The catch made. Tackle made after the completion.
Chris, I think you got to give all the credit to the wide receiver here. Man-to-man coverage on an out route. That is a tough ask. Good inside move on the stem to separate from the defender, and a great throw by the quarterback near the sideline.
A gain makes it 2nd and medium. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Here's a shot toward the end zone. And it's picked off in the end zone.
Well, the quarterback ends up being a tad aggressive, and he ends up paying for it with a pick. I get that that might be part of his playing style, but there's a difference between being aggressive and being careless.
So the Vanderbilt offense heads back out on the field. This offense trying to bounce back. The last possession ended in a pick. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for.
Well, that's one of those plays that works better against certain defensive looks, but not every defense is the same. They were all over that one. Let's see if they continue to attack to the outside on the perimeter to set something up downfield.
They lose yards on first down, so 2nd and long from the 16. And he'll set up to throw. Going for a big play downfield. And that deep shot is caught for a big gain. Takes it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Vanderbilt.
Such a well-designed play here by this offense to find a way to get the ball to the gifted tight end. He's got the size, he's got the speed, he's a difficult matchup, and here he shows he's got the speed to take it all the way into the end zone for that touchdown.
Getting set to kick the ball off now. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. He'll start from the 25. Okay, here comes the Northwestern offense back out on the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Well, I don't think the offensive line gave the back much of a chance at all. Now, give credit to the defense. It was almost like they were anticipating a run and got up close to the line of scrimmage in a hurry.
Okay, ready? After the loss on first down, it's 2nd and long from the 22. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Running back has it on a screen now. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
This is exactly what you want to see from the defense. Yeah, you give up the catch, but you're right there to be able to stop this receiver from making any yards after the catch.
Come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Oh, it's picked off. What a play. And he's got some open field ahead.
It's 3rd and long, so as an offensive coordinator, you can either play it conservative or trust your quarterback and take a shot downfield. They elect the latter, and it ends up backfiring on them.
So here comes the Commodores offense back on the field. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Now it's 2nd down here. They'll feed the back again. Physical run, breaking tackles. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
It's a short game, but look at that defense swarm to the football. second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Commodores. So a quarterback who can escape and score like that, what a boost for this offense.
Yeah, quarterbacks like this who can scramble are so hard to defend because the defense is so caught up in coverage and defending the pass. By the time they realize what's happening, there's no chance of stopping him from scoring.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. Out comes the Northwestern offense onto the field. This has been a rough first half. They'll have to regroup in intermission, but in the meantime, let's see if they can get some momentum going. Great cut there. They'll tackle him right at the 25-yard line.
You know, a lot of times these types of plays either go for nothing or they can go for a huge chunk of yards. Here they do a nice job of getting it to the outside, turning it upfield, and ended up getting a nice gain out of it.
Offense getting set. It's second down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. From the pocket, delivers over the middle. Tackle made after a solid gain. They'll spot the ball at the 34. Offense cranking up the tempo now. No huddle. First down, looking to throw the ball. Quick pass to the flat to a receiver. They stop him after a short gain. It's not a first down. Pass complete. It's second down now. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And he'll make his way out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
Boy, they love going to this guy in the slot, don't they? What a mismatch inside. He reels in another one. This guy's automatic.
Offense looking to convert on third and short from the 42. Can they make the yardage or face a tricky fourth down decision? Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. And they'll be forced out of bounds right near the line of scrimmage.
Well, that is a clinic by this defense on this quarterback run. String him out to the sideline, nowhere for him to go. All he could do is step out of bounds for no gain.
The offense stays on the field. The coach is going to go for it on 4th and 2 in his own territory. Makes the catch, and that is enough for a first down. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Boy, the defense is in the right coverage here. Looked like they had exactly what they wanted to be able to come up with a stop here on 4th down. But there's the timing between a quarterback and a receiver. They knew exactly where they needed to go. Great timing and a first down.
This offense has gotten going at long last. It's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. He's moving out of the pocket. Quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. And a timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime.
Boy, this receiver in the slot is giving this defense all kinds of problems. He has another catch on the day. You may want to adjust out, get out of your base, maybe try 5 or 6 defensive backs on the field. Somebody that can match up more athletically against this slot receiver.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. The tight end has got it. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down.
Well, that's exactly what you need to do as a receiver in these kind of situations near the end of the half. Get some positive yards, but also stopping the clock is just as important.
So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Looking for the wideout. That's the third pick tonight thrown by this QB. Can he take it all the way? Inside the 40. Tackled on the return, and that's how we'll end the first half of play. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. And the Commodores will kick it away to get us going in the second half. Returner decides to fair catch this. Out comes the Northwestern offense onto the field again. They've got to get things going here. Turnovers on back-to-back possessions. Running with purpose.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go through the air if they're going to come back and take the lead in this game at some point.
Here's a quick throw off the play fake. Breaks one tackle, gets brought down, picks up some decent yardage. That gain sets up a third down play. Linebacker shifting around now. Another pick. Wow, that's the 4th tonight. Going the other way, can they stop him? Touchdown, Vanderbilt. And the defense adds 6 to the interception return. And the interception taken to the house, a pick-6 potential game-changing play there.
Man, nothing gets a defense, and especially a defensive coordinator, more fired up than a pick-6. And let's not forget, give credit to some of those other defenders for making some key blocks to spring that touchdown loose.
And they're able to tackle on the extra point. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. He'll take the return and try to get some better field position. And he'll be tackled after a solid effort on that return. Okay, here comes the Northwestern offense back out on the field. It'll be interesting to see if this quarterback can bounce back. He threw a pick-6 in the last possession. The gain is enough to move the sticks. Ball at the 40. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? From the shotgun, here's an inside give. Breaking free at midfield. That's an explosive gain. They've got him, but the gain all the way to the 28. Still searching for their first touchdown of the game, but on the move now. It's 1st and 10. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Second down after that run on the previous play. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. It's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
Well, this guy's got some wiggle, and you can see there he's got some power. He's able to break through one arm tackle, but the secondary comes up to finish him off.
So now it's 3rd and short from the 21 as this defense tries to make a stand and force a field goal attempt or a 4th down stop. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. That ball snagged for a completion. And the runner steps out of bounds, but does have enough yardage to pick up the first down.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
This offense has been struggling, still scoreless, but on the move now with a 1st and 10. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
I don't know what the quarterback saw there. He should have pulled that ball out and tried to make a throw, but instead he hands it off to the poor running back, and it's a tackle for a loss.
Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. Handoff here from the shotgun. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a 1st down. Crucial 3rd down coming up in the red zone. Can they keep the drive going, or will they have to set muscles across the goal line? Touchdown, Wildcats. See if they can convert the point after. And the PAT is good. Formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here. And looks like the hands team are able to recover the football. Vanderbilt's offense heads back out onto the field now. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. Breaking free at the 35. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
I mean, it seems like every time this guy touches the ball, it's another big gain. This poor defense, it's just not been their day at all. What a dominant performance by this offense on the other hand.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. And it's incomplete as he just overthrew his receiver that time.
I think he predetermined where to go with his football. Really didn't give himself a chance to work through his progressions. Locked into his primary, tried to force it in there, and it doesn't work out.
The pickup is 9. That's what they're looking for. Sets up a 3rd and 1 now.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice solid gain.
So here we go, 3rd down in the red zone, the kind of play that decides football games. They'll try to run it with the option. The back's got it on the pitch. They make the tackle, but enough for a 1st down. Textbook execution on the option.
Well, they continue to play good football up front. A nice run, nice conversion here, and most importantly, working with that lead, you keep working that clock. You're trying to advance to that next round of the postseason.
And he will be stuffed for no gain.
Maybe this stop is an indicator of what's to come for this defense. The offense, frankly, has been able to enforce their will in the 1st half, but maybe things are starting to change.
Let's go!
Trying for the end zone, running it right up the gut. Able to pick up just a couple of yards. That's good run defense.
Well, much like what we saw in the 1st half, Chris, in his playoff game, no adjustments, go right back to giving this running back the football. He's had a monster day and continues to get positive yards.
Ball sits at the 2-yard line for 3rd and goal. On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. Touchdown, Commodores. And the route is on.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his 2nd touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
PAT is good as they build on this big lead. Kickoff teams come on the field now to send this one away. Returner choosing to field this one. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. Out comes the Northwestern offense onto the field. On the last possession, the defense just had no answer for this powerful ground game. Let's see what they can do this time. Bringing pressure. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
And you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
Incompletion makes it 2nd down. They'll try to pick up the yardage on the ground. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this 1st down? Defense is coming after him. And that's interception number 5. When will this QB get the hook? They get him down after a short return, but the takeaway sets up the offense at the 43. So here comes the Vandy offense back on the field now. This group has been clicking. They've really built momentum. And the defense make adjustments. Come up with a stop here. They bring him down, but not before he gets inside the 30-yard line.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the 1st down.
Big guys up front lined up. It's 1st down. It's a shotgun run call. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
You know, I'd say this run is pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, the guys up front have controlled the line of scrimmage. They've given the quarterback time to throw. They've been able to run, really, whatever they've wanted to. That's why the points are going up on the board. Right now, the psyche of this offense is we're in control, and we can do whatever we want, whenever we feel like doing it.
Keep it on the ground to work the clock here. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. And they convert here on 3rd down in the red zone. This is a 4-point type of play, touchdown or field goal. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. The stop made at the 5. The offense on the 1st and goal now.
How impressive these guys been up front today. Big 3rd down, know what you need to do, get the 1st down, continue to hold on to that lead, continue to work clock, and get that much closer to securing a victory.
The Commodores will line up now. It's 1st and goal. 1st and goal, handoff, and tackled there by the defense. defense facing second and goal. Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. And this one is getting ugly. They'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. This kickoff team, let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. They'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. Out comes the Northwestern offense onto the field again. At this point, there's not much you can do except play for pride. Time is running out. They'll take a deep shot. Here's another interception. They're losing track. Tackle made on the return, but the takeaway sets up the offense at the 37 now.
Well, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoff. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Well, if somebody talks about a play being blown up, this is a great example of that. That's Exhibit A for how to be physical on defense.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. And the pass is dropped, incomplete. Would have had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
They'll hand it off. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And the defense calling time here with 26 seconds to play. And the Commodores will line up to kick it away. Looking to flip the field here. We'll see what he can do with the return. And the return ends with the man stepping out of bounds. And it's a bunch formation. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. The pocket breaking down. Doesn't get rid of the ball. Trapped for a huge loss. Goodness, that is usually a drive killer. And they stop the clock with a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. They lose yards on first down, so second and long from the 16. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. And here's a deep throw with the clock winding down. And it's incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining.
Boy, this offense has really struggled today, Chris, when it comes to throwing the football. They have dug themselves a huge hole. They're not going to have any chance of coming back. And I think one thing about this is you wonder where you go from here. You're hoping to make a play or two to give yourself a belief that things can get better, but it's just been a disastrous day for the offense.
Timeout is taken. Just 2 seconds left on the clock. So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. And now in the final couple minutes, here's a deep shot. And the catch is made way downfield. That's a big gain, but they could have used that when this football game was still in doubt. Well, that's a great performance in a pressure moment, but now the job gets even more exciting, even bigger as they go on to the national championship game and play for that trophy.
And this is a new era. I mean, think about the weeks, the amount of games that these guys have been able to play, and to be able to accomplish this, to get to the national championship, that says